crafty friends, happy New Year's. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas or happy holidays and are having a nice and lovely break. So I thought I'd start off 2026 with a vlog. It is actually Monday the 29th of December, so it's not New Year's for me yet, but I thought we could just spend the week together and ease into the new year. To start off with, I thought I would talk about my current whips. So I have been working more on the Whimsy Willow cardigan by Evelyn and Peter that I showed you in my last vlog. And also, if you are new here, hello, I am Rhiannon, a crocheter from Sydney, Australia. I also design amigurumi patterns, but I just love crochet and crafty things. But yes, so this is my progress on the Whimsy Willow cardigan. This is the back panel and it has this kind of not gather, and not ruching. I don't know how to explain it, but it goes in a bit at the waist. But I have about 10 more rows of this one, and I had to unfrog 14 rows. I was so sad. 14 rows of 102 stitches, and they're like treble crochets and picket stitches, because I realized that I had read the pattern wrong, which is something I unfortunately do often with slightly more intermediate clothing patterns. And I thought the pattern was just a repeat of this picket stitch row, but unfortunately it is actually a repeat of the picket stitch row and a non-picket stitch row. I was like, why is it looking so strange? So I unfrogged it and now it is looking much nicer. I'm very excited to have that finished. I am using, I think it's called Trubu line brand. It's like a bamboo blend yarn. It is so beautiful. It is a little bit slippery to work with. I'm also using a 4mm hook. But it is going to be so nice to wear when it is finished. It's got this kind of cool touch and it's very soft, and yes, it's going to be a lovely item for me to wear this year during summer. For 2026, I'm not really setting myself any goals. I'm just going into the year calmly and being kind to myself. And I think some of the goals that I'm going to have are fun goals like trying out new crafts and going on more adventures and things like that. Not so much like going to hit this follow count or anything like that. I think we're just going to have a year where we're kind to ourselves. But one thing I do want to do is to get through a bit more of my yarn stash, which was actually a goal I had at the beginning of 2025, this year for me currently, but last year for you guys. So the first project that I'm going to be working on, the first stash busting project, is actually a blanket. It's funny, I hear so many people say that they hate making blankets, but it is actually one of my favorite things to do. I think because you can just sit there and mindlessly work on it, and blankets are so useful. And yeah, I just really love working on blankets. I think like a lot of other crocheters and fiber artists, you kind of, when you start crocheting, you get super excited and go to the yarn store lots and buy just like random yarn that you have no idea what you're going to actually make with it. So unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I have a very large stash of acrylic 8-ply yarn in single colors. Like I have one ball of that color. So I am making a blanket, and it is the Betty McKnit, the man blanket or something like that. I'll pop it on the screen. And of course, like all of my other YouTube videos, the pattern will be linked below if you want to get yourself a copy. But here's my progress on the man blanket. And what I am doing is I am just using one ball of my acrylic 8-ply yarn for each color change. So this is my progress so far. And I plan on making it just like a big rainbow blanket, and it is going to be for my couch. I think it is looking so pretty. This pattern is gorgeous, and I'm using one of my new hooks that my husband got me for Christmas. It is a 6.5 hook in this gorgeous handmade wooden hook. So as you can see, this is the next color of the blanket that I need to do. So I've really been enjoying making this, and yeah, this is my progress so far, and you'll get to see this blanket grow over the next few months. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I have been really enjoying making it. This is actually 2 days progress because I've been enjoying making it so much. The next thing I have been working on is my next crochet pattern, which by the time this video releases, I should have done a tester's call for already. So it is 2026 is the year of the horse. So I thought I would start off with a horse related pattern. And last year I designed my loaf reindeer pattern, which was a hit. So I thought I would actually design a unicorn / pony loaf pattern. So I went with pony because I was thinking like Shetland ponies, like little guys. They're a little bit height challenged, and that I thought that would just suit the loaf design. So this is what I currently have for the pony pattern. I'm going to make another one and I'll explain to you why. But here he is so far. I'm actually going to call it Tony the Pony, named after my in-laws' Shetland pony that they have. He is so cute. And so yeah, I thought I would name my pony pattern after Tony the Pony. But the reason why I'm going to make him again is I originally made him without the nostrils, and I was just like, I can't work out how best to put the nostrils into this pattern. I was trying to do embroidery, but I went with a bobble stitch, and I'm going to make it again just because when you surface crochet bobbles, they tend to stick out more. So when I make it, it will be done in the round. Another thing that I do really like about this pattern is that everything is crocheted in the round apart from the hair, and the hair is actually slip stitched in. I find that a lot of horse patterns or patterns with hair, they get you to make the piece of hair and then sew it into the body. And I don't know, maybe I just don't know how to do it properly, but I do find that it pulls out easily. It's just not secure enough. So I will be putting in the instructions that you will be slip stitching in the hair. But here is the pony version, and I'm planning on doing a unicorn version. So my original horse or unicorn pattern was this guy, which I shared with you last year. And there were a few things I didn't like about it. I felt like the nose just wasn't quite right and the hair was not right. But I did really like the horn and the ears and everything. So that is why I modified it when I did the horse pattern. But today I thought we would make the horse and the unicorn. And because obviously I want to post the testers call on the 1st of January, which is in 3 days, I need to get those made and take some photos. So I think we'll start off with the unicorn pattern. So my plan for the rest of the day is to continue working on my pony / unicorn pattern. I'm also doing something exciting. Well, it's kind of not exciting for other people, but it's something that I haven't done in over 3 years. And I'm actually going to go and get my hair cut today at a hairdresser's, which I am very excited about, as I just said before. How many times can I say excited in a minute? But yeah, I haven't had my hair cut in over 3 years. Last time I got my hair done, I was pregnant with my 3rd child, and she is now almost 3. I have been growing my hair out, so I have a lot of grey hair. I am almost 32, and I have been getting grey hair since I was the age of 20. It's probably a genetic thing or probably something to do with the fact that I've been anemic most of my life. But I thought I got to a point where I was like, I'm just going to embrace the grey. I am sick of constantly dyeing my hair. I'm sure it was damaging my hair, and yeah, so I have been growing my hair out for 3 years. obviously. And I would like to just get a bit cut off the end and also a bit of a restyle. So I'm very excited for that. And I will definitely show you what it looks like after. I probably won't take you to the hairdressers with me, but I will show you after my haircut what it looks like. I'm very excited. I'm thinking some layering at the front and probably maybe a layer or two in the rest of my hair, because I have very thick hair and obviously a lot of it, and it's very long. And a couple, probably, I'm going to say a couple of inches, but we talk in centimeters in Australia. So maybe like 20 centimeters off the ends. My hair is actually very, very long. It is like past my butt now. It is very, very long. So it's definitely due for a cut. I have been kind of feeling like a bit nervous because I do love having long hair, and I'm like, oh, am I going to feel sad when it's gone? But it'll still be really long in comparison to other people's, and it'll probably be great for my hair to have a bit cut off, a bit of like a freshening up, if you will. So yes, that is my plan for today. We're going to continue working on the pony and unicorn pattern, and then my hair appointment is at 2:30. I have been working on the pony unicorn pattern for about an hour now. I had to make a few adjustments because I popped the bobbles in. It's all about like lining up the ears and the bobbles and everything. Also, I'm talking a little quieter because my husband is napping on the couch right now. But here is my progress with the unicorn. I am using Patty's Plush, and I think it is looking very cute. I just did the front feet and the first row of the body, but I'm going to take a break now, and I've got my hair appointment soon, so I will probably show you what it looks like after my haircut. Hello friends, so I just got back from the hairdresser and it is curled and it needs to be brushed out, so that's why it looks a bit crazy right now, but it feels so nice. I got some shaping done in the front and I got some layers put in, and it feels like I have like so much weight lifted from my hair. She also put, I don't know if you can see, but she actually put glitter in my hair for like the New Year's, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my birthday is on New Year's Eve, so having sparkly hair for my birthday will be fun. But tomorrow I'm going to brush it out and you'll get to see what it looks like properly. But it was so nice to go and get my hair done. I'll have to do it more regularly now, and yeah, very happy. I love it. Hello friends, it is Tuesday the 30th of December. So we are actually at Campbelltown Spotlight today. So I thought I would bring you guys along with me and we can look at yarn and fabric and craft stuff. So let's go. So we actually came in here today to get some fabric for me to make a dress. So that is like the top of my list. I'm definitely avoiding the yarn aisles because I don't want to buy any more yarn. But yes, gonna have a look at the fabrics now and see if I can find something that I like. We are back from Spotlight. So I bought a few fabrics to make a dress. I bought a pattern, I can't remember the pattern designer, but I'll pop a picture here, which Ellie is joining us now, but I'll pop a picture here of the pattern, like a photo from the listing on Etsy. Sorry, I got a bit distracted by Ellie there. So yes, I bought some fabrics to make dresses for myself. So I know I mentioned earlier in this vlog that I don't really have any goals for 2026 apart from getting through my yarn stash. But I guess another goal that I have is this year I would like to not buy any new clothes unless it's essentials, obviously underwear and stuff like that. To thrift things, so checking out op shops, and to also make things. I just feel really guilty about how much like we as human beings buy stuff, and like it doesn't last very long and we just ends up in landfill. There's been a lot of people this year or last year with Christmas, 2025 with Christmas, because it's still 2025 for me, but 2026 for you. At Christmas time, people were trying to consume less and just like make decorations and thrift gifts. And I really loved that. And I would love to continue that kind of energy into 2026. So anyways, enough yapping from me. I thought I would show you the fabrics that I chose. So I went with a bit of a cottagecore vibe with my fabric choices. I love cottagecore and like hobbitcore and all that kind of stuff. So the first one is this gorgeous strawberry print, and I just thought it would look so pretty with the style of dress that I've chosen in that pattern. Then I thought I would go with something a little bit more plain, and I went with this gorgeous, what is it called? This gorgeous print. I can't think of what it's called, but I really loved the colors. It's got like purples and stuff, and I thought it would look really nice for work, and I could wear it in summer, but I can also wear it in winter with tights. And I'm planning on crocheting a lovely black cardigan. I have a pattern in mind by Jules Makes. So yes. And then the last fabric is actually a denim, and it's got daisies on it, and I just thought it was super cute. It's pretty lightweight, so again, it'd be good for both summer and winter. My husband also bought some fabric to make himself some shorts, and we also got a few other little bits that aren't that interesting, but we did get some of these clips that are made for quilting, because honestly, I hate using pins. They're really annoying and they end up on the floor and they just slip out, and I just hate using pins. So we thought we'd give these little clips a go with like when you're sewing fabrics and everything. Yeah, I'll let you know what I think. This is probably going to be much nicer than using pins. I am very excited to sew up those dresses. I do want to finish some other projects. I cut out some fabric to sew some twirly skirts for my girls in a few videos back. I actually have a video where I did some sewing in that video. But of course, I will update you on all of these projects. But also, I thought I would show you, my dad sent me my birthday present. It actually didn't arrive in time for when we had family Christmas, and we did like birthday presents and stuff then. Because so my birthday is New Year's Eve, and his birthday is actually Boxing Day. So we usually just do like Christmas, birthday all together. But he sent me some lovely gifts. Thank you so much, Dad, if you are watching this. Sometimes he does watch my videos. But I thought I would show you. He got me some furls hooks, and I'm very excited. These ones are the metal streamline ones, which I've never used before. So we have this gorgeous one with this like blue, silver, I don't know how to explain what that is, but describe how that is, but it's on purple. And then he also got me this gorgeous purple one as well. They're really quite heavy, but I think they'd be great for giving my wrists like a kind of like a change of scenery, if you will. They're both in 5.5 millimeters, which is the size that I use most with amigurumi. So yes, very excited to use these, and thank you so much, Dad. But for now, I am going to continue working on writing up the pony unicorn pattern. So I haven't decided yet what name to give my unicorn. I was thinking something like Sparkles or something, but I wanted to find a kind of goofier name because it's more of a, because it's a loaf unicorn. It's more of a, he's more goofy than your regular unicorns that are a bit more like pretty and but this is currently what my unicorn is looking like. It is looking more like a bear or or a hippo or something right now because I have to sew on the horn, which I've got here, and the hair and the tail. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, but I bought a new desk chair, and I have to show it to you because it has cat ears. Okay. Also, actually, oh my gosh, I'm gonna show you a full view. Hang on. So my last desk chair broke a week or so ago, and so I had to order a new one, and it is a cat themed desk chair, and it's got ears which are actually detachable, and I could wear them if I wanted to, but it also has, I'm just going to turn it around, I don't know if you can see it, it has a tail and it's fluffy. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. And it's got like velvet features and everything, not sponsored of course, but I really love my new chair. So it is nice having a more comfortable chair because my other desk chair was not very comfortable. It was cheap and yeah, so I'm very excited to have a nice cat desk chair now. So I finished crocheting the unicorn and I'll show you that a bit later. Also peep my Christmas tree that is still up on the 30th of December. I think we'll keep it up until probably the first week of January. But I just finished the back panel of the Whimsy Willow cardigan. I'm holding the camera so I can't show you it properly, but very excited to have the back panel finished, and that's definitely the most time consuming part of this cardigan because the front panels are obviously narrower, so they'll be quicker to make. But I actually am making a sourdough loaf today. So that's another hobby that I got into this year, is making sourdough. Thanks to my friend for giving me a sourdough starter. So I thought it would be fun to make a sourdough today, and we're actually going to make homemade baked beans for dinner, which I'm very excited about. But it has finished doing the bulk rise, so I thought I would go and do the shaping now. So I thought I'll bring you to my kitchen. So here is my sourdough after the bulk rise. I definitely think we got a good rise, and I'm going to shape it now. Also, welcome to my kitchen. It is nothing particularly pretty because we're just renting, but it does what it needs to do. So I'm going to shape that now, and I also have this Dutch oven that my mother-in-law, I think she was just getting rid of it, and she was like, would you like this? And I was like, absolutely I do. So yes, I'm gonna do that now, and then once it's baked, because I'm not gonna film this part, this part will be boring, but once it is baked, I will show you the finished loaf. I really enjoy baking. I don't enjoy cooking as much, but I really love baking. I think with cooking, it's like you have to do it, like cooking dinner and stuff, and especially being a mom, sometimes it gets a bit boring for me personally, but baking is so much fun. And I already showed you guys in the last vlog, my husband gifted me this recipes from the world of Tolkien, which I'm super excited to use. But I also mentioned another cookbook that he purchased me, and it is this book, and it is the Cottage Core Baking book. And I definitely plan on making some recipes from both of these books very soon. But yeah, I guess baking is another one of my hobbies. So what are we up to? Sewing, baking, and crochet. And I'll be knitting soon. And also I want to learn how to cross stitch. So 2026 is going to be a big handmade hobby year, I think. So the dough is shaped and I popped it in the Dutch oven. This is only like maybe my 5th or 6th loaf that I've ever made. So I'm definitely not a professional, but it tastes good, and I'm just, every single loaf I make, I'm just getting better at it. So yeah, it's really enjoyable to be able to make your own bread, and it is so tasty. So I'm going to leave that to rest for probably half an hour because it's pretty warm today. And then I will bake it and I will show you how the loaf turns out. Okay, friends, I am back in the craft room and I'll show you the unicorn in a minute, but I wanted to first talk about the book that I finished last night, which I absolutely loved. So I have spoken a little bit about books before here. I love fantasy and cozy fantasy and romantasy books. That's pretty much all I read. And I finished this book last night. I read it pretty quickly because I just loved it so much. It is A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, and it's just such a gorgeous book. I highly recommend it to anyone who loves a cozy fantasy book. It's got kind of like a fantasy Great British Bake-Off vibe. It even has recipes in it, which I will definitely be trying out. And it's not a super difficult book to read. It's like often fantasy, there's so much world building and everything, but this is pretty much you just like dropped into the world and you can just straight away picture it, and it's not difficult to kind of understand what you're reading. It is just like a really lovely, cozy fantasy book, and I highly recommend you read it. I'm going to start reading the next book in the series. I think it's something Bookshop and then there's also another one that's recently been released. So this was definitely up there with one of my favorite books for 2025. So yes, highly recommend if you are looking for something to read. So now for the final look at the unicorn. Here she is. I think she turned out so cute. I'm really happy with how the hair looks. I'll let you in on a little secret. I sewed the hair down with just like only like in one place, because I find with hair it can kind of like flop around and it just looks funny. So I sewed it down so it just looks perfect, and I think she turned out so cute. I love her little nose. So I'm going to be thinking up names for her over the next day, because I would like to post a testers call on the 1st of January, and I'm also going to remake the horse. But I think they're looking so cute. I might do the hair differently on the horse. I'm not sure yet. I'll have a play around. But yes, unicorn is finished. I think that is all from me today, and then I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hello friends, it is Wednesday the 31st of December, which means it is my birthday. I turned 32 today. I started off this morning with my husband bringing me in some breakfast and my favorite tea, which is chai in a beautiful teapot that he bought me for my birthday. And here it is. And oh, Ellie has just joined us and nearly knocked the teapot off the table, but I'll pop a photo here of my tea in bed. And he also, I'm just going to pop her on the ground because I am scared for that teapot. He also bought me some Birkenstocks because I had been wearing the same Birkenstocks for 4 years and I was ready for a new pair. So I had already been wearing those since they arrived in December. So I don't have them to show you, but I am a Birkenstock girly. I love my Birks. He also sewed me the most beautiful book sleeve. Look at this. Also, this fabric is glow in the dark, which is crazy. We went to Spotlight a few weeks ago and I chose out the fabric for it, and he sewed this up for me this week, which is so lovely. I didn't really have a book sleeve, so I'm very excited to have one, and I absolutely love it. It is so gorgeous. It is a good size as well. I can really fit my Kindle in there. I also, as I mentioned yesterday, I finished the Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, and I started the second book, so I popped it in my book sleeve. Second book is A Fellowship of Librarians and Dragons, and so far it has been a really lovely book to read. He also got me the book set, like the box book set of the Lord of the Rings books. I am so excited about that one. It hasn't arrived yet, unfortunately. It was from Booktopia, and I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like when I order things from Booktopia, they take forever to arrive. But that's okay. I'm happy to wait because Lord of the Rings book set is exciting. So yes, I feel very spoiled. So today we are headed up to the Blue Mountains. I actually grew up in the Blue Mountains and we only live about an hour and a half away. So I'm very excited. We're going to go to the Everglades Gardens, which is just stunning. And then we're going to go to Lura and Katoomba. And I feel like a fairy today. I have these beautiful necklaces on, a little flowy top and skirt. I did start another crochet project last night because I didn't have anything that I could work on in the car. And I mean, like, I'm going to be a passenger princess today. I've got to make sure I bring myself something to work on. So I started a jumper for my youngest, who is turning 3 in February. So I want to make her a few things for her birthday. And here is the jumper so far. There's not much progress on it. I actually, I had some yarn in a big garbage bag in the garage because I was just overflowing in here. And I went through that last night and I found this Spotlight Motivera Valley yarn that I had left over from a jumper that I had made for myself. So there's enough to make my youngest a jumper. So I'm going to be working on that today, but I will be bringing you along. I don't know how much talking I will be doing. It'll probably just be like recording bits of our day, just because it'll be a day with my kids and my husband, and I want to be present, and I also don't like filming my kids. So yes, let's go and have a fun 30-second birthday. Hello friends, it is Friday the 2nd of January. Happy New Year's. It's actually Happy New Year's for me now too. So we had a really lovely time on my birthday, on New Year's Eve. We went to Everglades Gardens in Lura, which is just such a magical place. It literally feels like a fairy garden. I highly recommend going there if you are in Sydney or you ever go to the Blue Mountains. Definitely put that on your list to visit. So I actually grew up in the Blue Mountains, and we went to Everglades Gardens quite a bit when I was younger. So it was really nice visiting there with my kids. That was their first time there. So they really loved it. They had a great time. They're a lot like me, and they love that kind of like whimsy and being outside. And yeah, we had a really lovely time, and we saw a group of 6 black cockatoos flying around, which was amazing. They're such a gorgeous bird. I think like a lot of other people, when I turned 30, I became obsessed with birds. I love birds. I love seeing them. I love pointing them out. And yeah, those black cockatoos, I feel like they were kind of like a positive omen for this year. And then after Everglades, we went to Lura, and we went and did a little bit of shopping, and I went into Moontree, which is this gorgeous candle store. And I bought myself 2 candles. One of them is burning right now, and it is lemongrass scented, and it's lovely. But this candle, the minute I smelt it, I was like, I need it in a large size because it smells so good. It is cinnamon and vanilla orange, and it smells incredible. It does smell a little bit festive, but yeah, it smells so good. I love it so much. And I also got this cute little tray for my candles. And then we went into Katoomba and had a walk around and looked at the shops there too. And I went into a store called Incantations, which is like Katoomba hippie shop essentially. And my husband, we were looking around, and my husband pointed out this really cute bag, and I'm going to show it to you. It has the mushrooms on it, so of course I purchased it. I don't really have a huge amount of bags. I kind of have like one little black crossbody bag, which I use all the time. And then I've got a few crochet bags. I'm trying to make more bags to go with my outfits and everything. But I was thinking to myself that I would really like a little backpack kind of bag. And this one just appeared. So of course, I purchased it. And yeah, we were going to go to the Three Sisters and for a little bushwalk, but then it started storming. So we were just like, we'll come home. And yeah, it was a really lovely day. So yesterday we just kind of chilled out, and I didn't do any filming, but I did do some more crochet, and I finally sewed up these skirts that I mentioned in a few vlogs ago for my daughters. So I made them each another twirly skirt. We have this adorable unicorn print one for my oldest daughter. It's actually got gold glitter horns, and I think some of the stars are glitter as well. And then for my youngest, I made her a cute little purple cat twirly skirt. Both of these fabrics I've had for ages, so I'm really excited to have finally used them and kind of reduce my stash of fabrics. I also printed out the pattern for the dress that I'm planning on making, the fern dress. I can't remember what the pattern designer's name is. So I will be cutting out those pattern pieces today and cutting out fabric, and I don't know if I'll start sewing, we'll see, but that won't be in this vlog. So in terms of crochet, I will show you what I've been working on. So here is the little jumper. Oh, the hook is attached. Here is the progress on the jumper for my youngest daughter, which I am going to give to her for her birthday. I'm going to make a few different jumpers for her and bits and bobs. I'm actually planning on trying to not purchase anything from big stores. And then if I purchase her some presents, maybe from like little independent stores or small businesses. But also I want to go to some op shops because she loves like jewelry and like fun jewelry, and I can have a look at the toys and things. And then I would like to make everything else. I almost forgot to update you on the pony and unicorn pattern. So I have named them and I finished the design. I'm really happy with how my final design turned out. So we have Sprinkles, the unicorn, and I just think it's so cute. I love the tail. I'm really happy with the way the tail turned out and the hair. And yes, there's Sprinkles, and we have Tony. And again, I love how he has worked out. So I put out the testers call yesterday and I've had a really positive response to this pattern. I've had lots of people applying and people saying how cute it is, so I am very excited. I'm going to be choosing testers on Sunday, so that will be after, or before this vlog is released. So unfortunately, if you're watching now, you won't be able to apply, but yes, I will be sending them the pattern and giving them a week to test it. And yes, very excited about my first pattern for 2026. So I'm going to finish off the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed watching, coming along with me for my birthday celebrations and seeing things that I'm currently working on. And again, I wish you a very happy New Year's. I hope this year is beautiful and kind to you and gentle, and you achieve everything that you would love to achieve. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you are not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing so you can see more content from me in the future. Thank you so much for watching.